Okay, I think this is working. Hello everyone. It's been a while since I've done a video on this channel. Let me close my OBS screen here. Um, I'm doing this off the cuff. I have some notes here that I want to go over, but I have no formal script. And if I need to look at something, I'll look at something, but I really want to just speak from the heart and just go over the amazing world's experience I had just a few weeks ago. It's been a few weeks. That's crazy. I feel like I'm recovered and I can talk now. So that's great. Um, for those of you who don't know me, I've been doing content for a while now. I started back in, what was it, 2017, 2018. I first started on Instagram doing Pokemon card pack openings, doing those live openings, pack battles, sharing my pulls. And then I transitioned into live streaming. Now, for those who don't know, the name Buzzer Bob really just takes my love of game shows and combines it with, wait for it, my name, Bob. Growing up, I love game shows. I always wanted to be a game show host. I also wanted to be a meteorologist. I might do that one day, but what's another amount of student loans on what I have right now? It's totally fine. I always I always loved entertainment, television, the production side of things, late night talk shows, comedy shows. I watch a lot of panel shows today. And I felt like Twitch was a great way to kind of have that live entertainment element with my content creation. So taking what I was doing, which is Pokemon, and kind of combining the game show side that I enjoy with it, I felt was a unique combination. And to this day, I consider myself the game show guy in the Pokemon community, the game show expert, the quiz show guy. I don't know, whatever you want to call me. It's totally cool. And doing Twitch, I've been doing that since 2019. And for the past, 7 years? Dang. No, 6 years. My math was off a little bit. 6 years. Um, I've done things where I've given away my own money on stream and mini games. We have interactions, game show themed layouts, and combine that with shiny hunting, playthroughs, card games, sprinkled in between. Always loved it. So that's who I am. And that's why I've always enjoyed. And getting to where I am today, reflecting on Worlds, has been an amazing experience that I will never forget. And one of those, okay, so let me, this is why I have notes, Bob. This is why I'm way off the cuff. I'm not the biggest creator in the space by any means. I have a full-time job. That's what I focus my energy on. And I do the content side of things for fun. And I met a lot of great people through that, made a lot of timeless connections with folks, and recently been more involved with the Pokemon influencer group, doing those posts where they give me free stuff to give out to the community, like Unite licenses or Gold for Pocket. And doing that for the past couple of years has been absolutely amazing. And given the opportunity to go to just regional events with free access from Pokemon was fantastic. I've been to Charlotte as just a spectator. I competed in Charlotte as well. I went 2-4 in VGC. It's the best I can do. But Fluttermane will always be my beloved for that. Got to go to EUIC and then to Worlds just the past couple of weeks. And Worlds was absolutely amazing. To go as a notable trainer to Worlds and being on the official Pokemon website and representing Pokemon Unite, which is my game today. Like, I do mostly Pokemon Unite content and also TCG Pocket, but Unite is my game for at least the last couple of years. to represent that was fantastic. And I got to meet a lot of great content creators who maybe I met in the past before. It was nice to meet up again with them. Also meet new folks who I just known by a profile picture and a screen name. That was cool to see, to meet them. But just being in that world's environment where you have competitive going on, you have the convention side going on, you're seeing the Maridon project from Toyota, seeing the Maridon motorcycle, absolutely amazing. All the side events, the pin trading, the draw your own Pokemon cards, seeing the history of the games, the vendors. It was a wonderful experience. But for me, what really stood out that I am incredibly thankful for to be given this opportunity was being a part of the Gotta Catch 'Em All game show live. Now, they did this back in June on Twitch as an episode 1. And ever since then, I just wanted to be a part of it. Like all the work I've done the past 6 years, the game show guy, Pokemon, it just felt like I needed to reach for it. I needed to do it. And then a few weeks before Worlds, I get an email. I remember this. I was coming home from the gym and I was about to take a shower because I was, it was sore and sweaty and ugh. But of course I had to check my phone because I'm addicted to my phone, which is not a healthy thing. And I had an email come through saying, we want you to be a part of this activation. We want you to be a part of the Gotta Catch 'Em All game show. And at that moment, I was speechless, but I was happy. I smiled. I looked at my phone, and I believe I let out an audible, just like a loud, like, yeah. Like I was just so happy. I was just so happy. And I just let that sink in a little bit. And that was cool. And then I took a shower. But yeah, being a part of the world's game show activation. And I was with two amazing contestants, Zach Toshi and Aurelore. We're like best friends now. And then Brian David Gilbert, he was hosting the show again. Fantastic person. Big fan of what he does from the Polygon days and doing Actually. So getting to meet him was like a cool experience. And then just hanging out with just the production staff, the Pokemon Company staff behind the scenes, getting to meet all these amazing, talented folks who put together such a great show, such a great production. I felt like I had a lot of meaning at that point. I felt like a lot of the hard work that led up to this point, my dreams and aspirations to be a part of these programs, to be on stage, to be in front of a camera, to be behind a mic, that's where I like to be. That's why I do streaming. That's why I like interacting with an audience. And to do that game show in front of a live studio audience with the cheering, the ahs, the laughter, just the clapping, it was, I feed off that energy. And for someone who really wants to be in that limelight, who wants to be a broadcaster or an entertainer and be in front of a crowd, man, that was the coolest thing I've done in recent memories. And some of you know this, that I've been on actual game shows before. I was on a game show back in 2007 called Chain Reaction. I was on a game show back in 2016 called the $100,000 Pyramid. And this, so I've been in front of audiences and been on camera on national television before, but something about this was much more meaningful in a way. Starting off in my content creation journey, with Instagram, then into Twitch, and then doing all this stuff. And there are moments where I wanted to quit, like doing content, and I'll get to that later in the video if I remember to bring it up. Let me look at my notes here. But going back to Worlds quickly, the game show was absolutely amazing. I know there'll be a VOD out for that, so you can watch that and watch all the fun stuff that happened. Being a part of the meet and greets, I was with my friends Steve and Bobby from the It's Super Effective podcast, because I come on there as a guest sometimes. So getting to meet the fans was fantastic. Being in the stadium for Championship Sunday to watch Unite, my game, watch Unite, and then watch TCG, Go, VGC, closing ceremonies, all that. It was absolutely thrilling. Being in California was great. Getting to hang out with some friends, seeing them. One of the coolest things, though, was when I was walking around the convention center. This was post game show. I remember this lady came up to me. She goes, "Are you Bob?" And I go, "Yes." She goes, "Oh, I watched you on the game show yesterday. You were entertaining and fantastic. I needed to follow you." And that, like, I'm not used to I'm not used to people saying things like that to me. It's and and because I said thank you, that's very kind of you. I appreciate it. But I cherish those comments. And throughout the event, waiting in line with some other attendees and folks who said things like, "You were great on the game show. I loved you. You made me laugh so much. You were fantastic." It sounds sappy, but it meant a lot to hear that. I always enjoy what I do. I always want to be entertaining. I want to just provide laughs, comfort, and just to hear people just come up to you and just say, "I loved your work," or, "You were funny." That's really cool. That's really cool. And that's always what I wanted to do with my content. I always wanted to provide, great commentary, talk about what interests me, be a part of the conversation. It's why you may have seen me on a lot more different projects lately, especially with podcasts. It's Super Effective with Steve and Bobby. I've been on a few Overdunk episodes. Zoinks, Bridget, Dupe Snacks, the Overdunk family, just amazing, amazing people. I can speak about them for like all eternity. I just love them a lot. And then recently, being on a podcast called Experience Share. My good friend Relic is hosting it. And then getting to be with Kelosaurus, Wonder Chef, Soph-chan. And then I was on another podcast called Lateral. Tom Scott hosts that. And I have a good friend who's a producer on Lateral. They brought me on for a few episodes, and I want to do it again. So being a part of these projects and getting to talk with other talented people, way more talented than me, I will say that, and having a good time and providing entertainment. And I keep saying that. I keep using that word. And going back to, I mentioned Zoinks. I was talking to Zoinks in one of my streams. I think this was when we were doing the group stage drawing for Worlds. I mentioned something to Zoinks, and I go, I feel like I don't like the term content creator. I don't know. That's just not, that may not be me. I feel like I'm more of a content entertainer. And he was like, "Ooh, I like that." And I go, "Yeah, I like that too." And maybe that's what I want to do is be a content entertainer and have more opportunities to be in front of the camera or be behind the mic. I even started doing things with Pokemon recently. Like just last year, I was brought on for the UCS North America Unite series for official Pokemon broadcasts as a replay operator. It was all remote. I was doing remote. I was doing remote. I was doing replays for the UCS North America games, and I loved it. And I reached out to my contacts at Pokemon, like, I want to do more of this. I want to do it in person. I want to go to these events. And I was even, before I knew about the game show at Worlds, I was even approached like, hey, Bob, do you want to do some Unite and some stuff for VGC? And I couldn't make it happen because of my schedule, but I told them, please, let's talk afterwards. I want to be involved with this. I want to be in a production because I'm all about putting on a good show. And I have so much respect and admiration for people behind the scenes, on camera, production, who are there to give you, the viewer, the best experience possible, whether you're live at the venue or you're just at home watching it on your phone or TV or your computer. Even professionally, as someone who's worked in marketing, website design, software development, now product, I'm all about making the best thing possible and just giving it to you and just sharing it with you and be like, I helped make this. This is for you. I hope you enjoy it. And going back to what I mentioned earlier in the video about those dreams being a game show host, I'm fulfilling that through my charity event that my friends Chris, Corey, Rich, we do the 24-hour game show marathon. We've done that since 2012. We play 24 hours of game shows, 24 different game shows in 24 different hours to raise money for charity. I get to, and we stream that live, and I get to be in front of the camera, and I help program the game shows. We have fantastic writers, we host it, we have contestants. It feels amazing. And in recent years, I started to feel a little lost with my content. And I hope this video can maybe resonate with some of you and help guide you, because it's so easy to see all the positivity and accomplishments and winning that folks post on social media. It's so easy to see that, but there's a lot that goes on underneath the surface. There are moments where we feel like we'll just give up, or I'm not feeling fulfilled from what I'm doing. I feel lost. This is not working. And I've been there. There are times where I just wanted to quit. Like, I don't stream as much as I used to. I have a full-time job, but I used to do 3 to 4 day a week streams. I'm down to 2. I want to go back to 3. My posting has slowed down. I'm starting to post more like on TikTok and YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels. I'm trying to get back into that. Worlds gave me that spark back. I have been surrounded at Worlds by so many talented people that have the drive, that have the passion. And then that mixed with the game show, I wanted to use Worlds as a reset for me. Like, what do I want to do next? We're already 20 minutes into this video. Oh my goodness. I promise I won't go too long. All that being said, what I want to do next, I feel like I belong in front of the camera, behind the mic, on that stage with Pokemon. I want to be talking with competitors. I want to be talking with spectators. I want to be, providing just that level of excitement, commentary, vision on the floor level, and have fun doing it, getting to meet new people, helping to tell their story. I really do believe everyone has a story to be told. I'm very selfless myself. I don't like talking about myself. If you know me, I don't like talking about myself. I'm more interested in learning about you. I want to learn about you. What makes you you? What are your goals? What are your dreams? What are you working on? Tell me about that project. What gets you up in the morning? What excites you? What keeps you up at night? I want to learn. It's why I've always loved, as I was growing up, loved watching late night talk shows. I just loved the interviews. I remember watching Larry King, and he always, I don't know the exact quote, but he said something where he learned more because he only asked questions or something like that. And that was his job as an interviewer. Like, all he did was ask questions just to learn about who he was interviewing, for them to talk about themselves and their story. And that's what I want to do. Maybe one day I'll be a meteorologist, be on TV telling you if you need an umbrella for the next day. I'm hosting the game shows with my game show marathon folks. I use Twitch stream to have that live entertainment viewing, but I really want more. And being a part of that game show experience at Worlds, I'm never gonna forget it. It was the coolest thing I've done, I feel like, ever. Like, I belong on that stage. I feel like I want to be around people. I want to be a correspondent for Pokemon. I don't know if that's the thing. Anyway, what I'm trying to get to is I've been very thankful the last couple of years with the opportunities that I've been given. Working most closely with the Unite Championship Series, uh, even trying to break out of my comfort zone and trying casting. I was my good friend Kyle. He has a grassroots tournament with Underdunk, and I'm trying casting with that. I really want to try new things. And that's why I really want to get more involved with Pokemon. And I am so thankful of all the connections and opportunities that I was able to meet some great friends in this space, whether they are a caster, just a few people who, seeing Sierra, Joe, and then just because I met them at Worlds and they were fantastic. Bo also at Worlds. The Unite casters, I think we're the best in the business. I love that family so much. I just want to be a part of that. I want to go for it. And even though I've had shortcomings in my content creation journey, I'm always trying to find something to work towards. And I think that is my message to a lot of people. And this is why I'm doing this video, just kind of share my raw thoughts and emotions with what Worlds did for me. I want to set high standards and expectations of myself and really strive for that next level. And just in life, I mean, it's okay to fail if you don't reach it the first time. I think the only way to succeed is to fail. If you're not failing, you're not succeeding. Because those wow, Bob, words, I'm going to drink some water. When I say I do it in one take, I'm doing it in one take. It's okay to fail. It's okay to fail, but fail fast, learn, and move on. When I was doing software development, getting back into that industry, and I was brought back to talk to previous classes of students, that was always my advice: is never be afraid to ask for help. Always embrace failure, learn, and move on. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna push myself, and I'm really gonna go for that on camera personality route for Pokemon. I want it. I'm still gonna do amazing production work for Unite whenever I can, because that's my game, and I love Unite. Um, but I really want to try something exciting and new. I think that's where I belong. One of my favorite quotes comes from Conan O'Brien when he was ending his very short stint. It still makes me mad that he only was given less than a year on the Tonight Show. But on his very last show, before he signed off, he he was telling viewers that he never liked cynicism. Nobody in life gets exactly what they thought they were going to get. But if you work really hard and you're kind, amazing things will happen. And that's what I live by to this day is if you work hard and you're kind, amazing things will happen. I'm going to keep that close with me as I go on this journey of trying to do more, trying to break out of my comfort zone and tackle these new goals that I want to set myself. You know, I feel like there's a lot more to come. I want to work toward that. And I hope anyone listening out there from this conversation, it inspires you to set those goals, to try something new, to not always be comfortable, to challenge yourself, to be uncomfortable, and see where that leads you. It could be a fun, exciting, nerve-wracking journey. But going back to the game show at Worlds, I feel like that was one of the greatest things I ever did. I get emotional when I mention it because I'm just so thankful. I want to do it again. I made some great friends from it. I met some amazing people who produce it, who work on it. And I'm thankful for everybody who I got to meet, new folks who I never met before, friends who I've known for a couple of months to a couple of years. It was just so cool to see all of you. And you've inspired me to just do more and create more. And I want to have fun doing it. So I'm still going to figure out what does that mean for my streams? What does that mean for my content online? But I think where I belong is, again, holding a mic in front of the camera, talking to somebody on like Pokemon's biggest stages. That's what I want to do. But yeah, I know this is almost 30 minutes. If you made it this far to hear me yap, thank you so much for listening to me speak. If you made it this far, just tell me what your favorite game show is. I know people like game shows. I think it's a great conversation topic. Let me know what your favorite game show is. I always, I, I hope one day if I see you at an event, a regional EUIC, LAIC, NAIC, Worlds, Maybe I get to interview you. Maybe I get to talk with you. I want to hear your story. I want to see what Pokemon means to you. I would love to do that. So I hope I'm going to use this video as a reflection point on what I want to do next in my content creation. I'm going to go back. Not content creation, even though that's what it is. A content entertainer. That's what I want to do. Hopefully I do more videos on this channel. Hopefully I do some more fun projects with my amazing friends in the Pokemon space. If you ever need someone, if you have, is this now me doing a pitch video? Doing a video resume? If you need someone to help out your production, or you want someone to be that personality, I'm ready to work. I want to do it. I'm fired up. Thank you so much. Pokemon World Championships 2025. The people who I work alongside with, the connections, the opportunities. It was absolutely amazing. I'm never going to forget it. And I hope we continue producing great work in the future. Okay, I'm done. I'm hungry. I'm going to go eat. Okay, bye everyone. Take care.